They call me mowdownjoe, and this is MtGO, or Magic the Gathering Online for those who don't know the shorthand. So, I was planning on doing a cube draft, since, you know, it's a new thing that Magic Online has going, but they pulled it. I guess they figured they got enough going down. But, so anyway, I traded the boosters that I won from the last draft, as well as one that I bought purely by accident, because I'm stupid, and for some Time Spiral boosters, and I figured, let's go for it. Let's go for time. I bragged about how Time Spiral is my heyday, so what the hell, let's go back, let's take a blast from the past and do a little Time Spiral block draft. I'm just curious, though. Is it going to be the traditional? Are we going to be drafting the way it was back then, where the big set first and the small sets? Or is it going to be Future Sight, Planar Chaos, Time Spiral? Because I had a clever idea for like a draft archetype that just is not feasible because it relied on you getting a particular rare from Future Sight, and I want to see if that could be done. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen though. Anyway, since this is going to be my jam, this is just going to be a big old nostalgia trip for me. This is going to be, even though not in the sense that they were probably hoping for with Time Spiral Block. I will see you once this all gets fired up, because this is going to be fun times for me. Time Spiral Block, I miss you. Oh, the draft fired. Oh, Time Spiral is first, just like the olden days. So let's see what we got here. Another trader's interesting. I don't like the time-shifted card. Undertaker's nothing fancy. Overall, I think the only good card I would probably pick was either Clockwork Hydra, Griffin Guide. I remember drafting Mono White in full Time Spiral. That was good times. But Clockwork Hydra can be a regular beating. It pings things, it swings big, and it's something that needs to be answered, and it goes in every deck since it's an artifact, so that's nothing bad there. Griffin Guide, though, is also painful, just because it makes guys huge and flying, and when they kill it, they get a little flying dude to help bridge the gap. Lots of fun times with these cards. I remember a lot of them very, very well. I don't think I've ever actually done a good Storm deck, though. Yeah, well, Clockwork Hydra is a safe first pick. Scion of the Ur-Dragon. Ooh. Well, actually, this is kind of interesting. Two fledgling Mawkors. Oh, and an Aaron Ephemeron. Those guys, the Ephemerons are easily first pick material because they are just big flying dudes that you have to answer fast, and they come out of the gates with the suspend, and it's whole thing. I remember those being very dangerous back in the day. Very, very dangerous. Of course, at the same time, there's two Mawkors here that are just mocking me. Mock. Yeah. Bleh. But, I really think the Ephemeron is pretty much the only pick that I'd go with here. Oh, there's also the Mawkors, but overall, everything's pushing me into blue, which is quite surprising. White was a really strong color in Time Spiral. Like I said, you could draft Mono White. Hopefully one of the Mawkors will come back. Well, hopefully. And let me see here. Nothing too... Well, I like the Spore Sower Thallid. Hey, might end up actually drafting the blue-green deck that I always wanted to draft. If, you know, dear God, if it actually does come to that. No, that's not going to happen. Though, honestly, a lot of these cards I'm not super keen on, but it might end up they might end up coming to play, they might not. I don't really see... Sudden Spoiling's pretty dangerous, though. I probably could actually go with that. Or the Thallid. But blue-green's actually a pretty decent color combo in Time Spiral Block, at least. The only weakness is... Actually, no, there isn't really much weakness. You just have to grab all your removal in the second pack, because blue actually gets ways to kill creatures in this set, in this block. I know. It's weird, right? blue killing creatures. What is this? I don't know what the... Might of Old Krosa. And Herdnar. Herdnar can be really gnarly. Really painful to deal with. Might of Old Krosa is not bad, too, but I'm more partial to the Gnar, I think. We'll see. I like to pick up the creatures as early as I can, and Gnar can get pretty bad if we get it. If we happen to pick, I mean, that's something I'm gonna see trigger a lot in my decks anyway. But if we happen to also pick up, like, oh, I don't know, Sprout Swarm, things will get painful with Herdnar. I could probably see myself playing Sprout Swarm over and over again to get really, really big Gnars. Yeah. Fathom Seer is also good, and it would keep me in blue, but right now I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling gnarly. Did I really just say that? Penumbra Spider. Wow, that's an easy one to pick up. Penumbra Spider is probably one of the most annoying defensive creatures you could ever see in this set, just because of the fact that it will, because you can't. It's giant spider, but it comes back again. The blue's also kind of disappearing pretty fast, and this is red. Not many people really care for Subterranean Ambler, as well they shouldn't. And although, actually, yeah, it seems like green's pretty much the color that's the most open right now. Aetherweb's also not bad. It can be a really painful little combat trick that surprise anyone playing Shadow, but surprised I'm not seeing much white or red, black, blue. Just green, it seems. Green's definitely the only color that's open, so I'm going to take advantage right now. At least that's a judgment I'm making early. Ashcoat Bears, not bad. Think Twice is also good, but there's probably a better... I'd rather go with the Flashcoat Bears. And really, Sage, no, not even thinking about it. Terramorphic Expanse is also good, but I really don't see it too much. And Pull from Eternity is a trap. Even though there is a lot of stuff that won't get suspended, don't bother with Pull from Eternity. It won't get you anywhere. So out of these, Siphon Mage and Ashcoat Bears are really the only ones I would even think about. If you're drafting a Sliver deck, well, then maybe you'll get somewhere with the Harmonic, but... Pit Keeper would have actually been interesting as well, so... But, I'll just go with the Ashcoat Bears. Oh, I could probably Siphon Mage as well. Out of these... Havenwood is not that good. Even as a big... I really can't see myself using it that much. Probably Snapback, though. Snapback can be a really painful surprise. Truth or Tale doesn't really go anywhere, nor Counterspell. Maybe the Drifter, Eldal. That kind of ties you up a bit, but I think more Snapback would be a better pick here. I don't see anything wrong with the Bounce Spell that you can possibly pay for free. Although, I've been a little light on blue right now, so... Okay. Mystical Teachings. And... it's probably worth a consideration. I also like the Prismatic Lens, though, so, it's actually very solid mana fixing. And nothing hard about it, but I could probably the Teachings, that would be something to consider, but I think I'll just pick up the Lens, and maybe, worst case scenario, I end up splashing for the Ephemeron. I don't know if I'd actually splash for it, but... Serpent's not bad. I mean, it's a decent defensive creature, and I can play to some Morph if need be. Spinnerit's also cool. I mean, it's a spider. Spider Sliver, whatever. Out of these two, though, I really probably shouldn't be picking up too many bears. The Time Spiral's not super aggressive, but, well, yeah, we'll go with the Slipstream Serpent. Actually, no, Drifter. Yeah, the Drifter. You don't want to pick up too many of the Drifters, but they're not bad. I mean, they really slow you down, but they can be useful. Tolarian Sentinel is also a nice defensive creature. I really don't like the Savage Alad, though. I tried it once. It never really worked with me. And I don't see the aspect of Mongoose going anywhere, so yeah, Tolarian Sentinel. Yeah, it looks like I might be playing blue-green. Time Bug? No, no. So out of these, Tolarian Sentinel. I have yet to see any bad picks for me. Well, any cards that I would really not like to play. And it looks like neither of my Mawcors came back, so... Mawcor. But, another Snapback's never a bad thing here. The Sliver's cute, but maybe the Grinning Totem, but honestly I'll just stick with the Snapback. Seems straightforward enough. 2 Snapbacks. Probably won't be playing both. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see just what happens. And out of these... which do I not like to see? I think I would not like to see the children, so... And Aaron can get pretty painful. Can hurt sometimes, but not today. Yeah, just hide all the white. Hide all the white. Congregation... I don't think anyone would actually play that. I'll just take the Time Bug. It could probably come in handy, though I doubt it. We'll have to see. Pit Keeper. Yeah, that... Like I said, those don't really go too far, so... It's a trigger that doesn't really trigger that often, even though you think it would be good. I mean, you could play it early as a 2-1 for 2, or play it late to recover something, but... It isn't really that good. I've tried it. I remember trying it a lot and never getting it quite to stick. Alright. Oof. Ooh, that Magus is going to be painful, as is the Meteor. Plasma's not bad. Reality Acid's slow. We can probably pick that up on the Boomerang, likely. Evolution Charm's cute, though. So, out of these... Probably the Primal Plasma, I would say. It's very, very versatile. That's an understatement, to say the least. You want a big dude? You got a big dude. You want a flyer? You got a flyer. You want a wall? You got a wall. It does what you need. Though, the Reality Acid, really slow, probably not something that I'm going to be looking forward to. But yeah. Also, not much in the way of green here other than the Evolution Charm, but hopefully that doesn't send any mixed signals. But yeah, we're in a relatively good state here. I feel comfortable. We got a good number of creatures. Probably should hide the Time Bug. I'm not going to be playing that. And we'll see about the Drifter. No matter what colors I draft, I always end up trying to draft an aggressive deck. Although I don't know if I'd call Joda's Avenger an aggressive card. Although Utopia Vow is actually a very good pacifism for their colors. So what? They gain a little tempo. That's not too bad. The Joda's Avenger, though. We'll probably see more Utopia Vows. I doubt we'll see another Joda's Avenger. I mean, it is versatile in every sense of the... It's also versatile. I mean, Shadow and Double Strike will easily help make it just a big beater on its own, or you could give it pro-red or something. There's a lot of ways you can abuse that thing. So yeah, we'll go with the Avenger, and maybe later I'll pick up a Utabi Drake or a Utopia Vow. There are plenty of those do tend to go about. I mean, Utopia Vow's solid removal, but I'm pretty sure those tend to go about pretty well. The Thallid's the Psychotrope Thallid's interesting, but ooh, Avenize! That is one very solid combat trick. They never see it coming. It's pretty much the precursor to Turn to Frog, to say that much, and I like it for that. It's even better in a Turn to Frog because they gets rid of all their power as well. So, Turn to Frog has better flavor though, and better flavor text. Ribbit. But yeah, I don't see anything else that would really tickle my fancy here. Maybe the Thallid, maybe another Plasma, but the guy playing white's gonna be happy with the Salt Blast. I'll say that much. Surprisingly, ooh, Groundbreaker. Ooh, Giant Wasp. Now that's the green Errant Ephemeron. Not quite as good, but it's still quite potent. Hunting Wilds is also fun, but I think I'm not too sure. Oh, wait. Mutation. So much good stuff, and this is what I mean by blue removal. Yeah. It's erratic, like the name says, but it will kill a lot of things. So, I really feel that erratic mutation is probably a good pick here. Hopefully the Hunting Wilds or Giant Wasp or the Groundbreaker will table or something. Oh my god, this is a good pack for me, and I hate that I'm going to lose it all. I'll probably get the Wistful Thinking back. Ugh. Not a good card, that Wistful Thinking. Keen Sense is tempting, I guess. I don't know, I wouldn't really pick it. But, let me see, the Unveiling Oddity. I guess Reality Acid? Or the Evolution Charm. You know what, let's just go with the Evolution Charm. It's versatile, say that much. I mean, we could use it for a lot of different things. We could use it, if I had something to splash with, I would definitely be more open to using it. But, yeah, I guess I could go with the Evolution Charm. I'm really not keen on any of the blue in this pack anyway. And it's like Keen Sense or Evolution Charm. I mean, Reality Acid can be good, but usually it's too slow. I mean, saying I want that dead in 3 turns isn't quite as effective as you'd think. Reflex Sliver? Everything is going to disappear. I mean, the best card in the pack is probably the Rift Watcher, and so I don't know what's going on. Probably people that haven't played that much Time Spiral. I don't see me actually running the Reflex Sliver, because I'm not running that many slivers to begin with, and I mean, slivers have haste is nice, but I don't see it going into my deck. But out of everything else here, it's probably the only good card. Ah, here we go. Aquamorph Entity. That really screws through. Or the Pouncing Worm. Pouncing Worm 2. Pouncing Worm's very good. I mean, it's Grey Ogre that sometimes might end up scaring people with something really huge. So yeah, Pouncing Worm's definitely my pick here. Although the Aquamorph Entity is also a nice combat trick that really tricks people up. You know, I find it funny that they didn't have that they tried to keep the number of merfolk in this set to a minimum, and yet they're still teasing them anyway with Aquamorph Entity. Well, I don't think there were that many merfolk outside of like 1 or 2. I'm trying to remember what merfolk were in Time Spiral block. Ah, the Utabi Drake's not a solid pick. Rada. Rada. I wanted to make an EDH deck out of her for so long, but I just don't see how well you can make use of a bear that makes mana in EDH. Well. Utabi Drake. It's actually a solid card. The Veiling Oddity can kind of be decent, can kind of almost be an overrun with Suspend, kind of. I'm actually kind of disappointed, though, that that Trompe de Domains didn't pop up, though. That was one of my favorite cards to draft. That'd be an easy first pick. I'd love it if I could splash it, and I'd splash it into every deck. But, oh well. Veiling Oddity is a solid pick here. Surprised the Magus of the Arena came around. Is no one playing red? Maybe I should have been. And another Drake. Another Utabi Drake. Not a bad pick. I don't really like running them as shocks. I mostly would use them as little flying dudes. They're decent for that. Could probably also pick up the Seal of Primordium as a sideboard card, but Drake seems like a better main board deck. The Seer, I guess? Actually, yeah, White Main Line's not that good that good anymore since the M10 rules changes, so it'd probably be the Seer. White Main Line did used to be really good back when Time Spiral was around, because you could put combat damage on the stack and then White Main Line something away. And that would just hurt like hell. Hey! Hunting Wilds came back! People do seem to underestimate that card. I mean, worst case scenario, you just you take 2 lands out of your deck. That's not bad. And if you get the kicker going, oof! The two Grey Ogres you suddenly have beating down will scare them straight. I guess we'll take the reality acid here. The fire... yeah, the Fire Fright Mage is probably more scary, I guess, out of those two crappy picks. And what's coming next? On the downside, it doesn't seem like I'm going to be getting the Moronga Petroglyphs deck that I wanted to draft, because there's so many creatures here that do not have morph or do not generate tokens. Oh, Synchronous Sliver. Well, maybe I could run the Slivers. Maybe. But probably not. I really don't see those Slivers coming in handy here, so... But I got some decent creatures here, and we'll see what I actually do run. I've got some decent combat tricks, some good creature kills, some... I didn't get my Utopia Vow, which is a little disappointing, but oh well. Blue-green. Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite color combos to draft back in Time Spiral. Although I honestly drafted way too many different other combos. So, come on, people! Why is it taking so long to make your last pick? This is the last pick. This is the junk. One thing I missed from the version 2 client of Magic: The Gathering Online, you could actually see the table layout. I don't get why they got rid of that when they had this whole thing to make a fancy DirectX powered 3D thing, and they don't even do that. Oh, Vesner. Hello, Vesner. You can be a very annoying little thing. You're not game winning by any chance, but you can definitely be one of the most annoying things to ever see face on this world. Virulent Sliver's cute, but I don't think we'll make much use of it. The Augur isn't. It's a decent defensive creature and could probably be a surprise overrun. But I really think the best card here is probably Venser. Not his diffusion, just Venser himself. I really don't see... Well, at least in my colors, I don't see anything too useful. Although, Judge Unworthy... It could splash for it. I mean, we have the Evolution Charm and the Prismatic Lens. We could probably splash for Judge Unworthy, and that is definitely one of the more... Definitely a very solid removal card. I mean, just look at the thing. Scry 3, reveal a top 3, and then deals damage to it. I could see that being very painful. Easily. And we're in the colors that could... like I said, I have the Lens. I have the Evolution Charm. You could splash it. What the hell? Vesner's not bad, though. So, out of these... Well, if I'm splashing the... Wait, I should probably go ahead and unhide all the other stuff. We'll get to that later. Could probably play the Whipspine Drake if I'm splashing white, though, so... I could easily see that coming up. Out of the green here... I'll support... Oh, wait! Sprout Swarm! I was talking about that earlier. It's like, oh, I want Sprout Swarm so bad. Sprout Swarm can win games by himself. So can the Aven Augur, so it's really kind of a hard pick between the two. But Sprout Swarm works best with the cards we have right now, so I'd say that. Although, and we'll probably see another Aven Augur, or Whipspine Drake, or Sporoloth Ancient. God, there's just so many good cards in these colors. I'm feeling very confident in my deck right now. But Sprout Swarm can slowly take over a game by itself, so... Yeah, Sprout Swarm's probably the card to go with. Rites of Flourishing. Oh! Rift Sweeper! Rift Sweeper in Time Spiral block is pretty much Necrotal. They suspend something, you Rift Sweep it away, and you get a bear out for your trouble. So, Rift Sweeper, easy pick. The Infiltrator... I hope that comes around. Worst case scenario, I'll get an Augur, or an Edge of Autumn. Edge of Autumn, I guess it's useful if you're mana flooded. But yeah, Rift Sweeper, easy pick. Maybe I'll get the Phantasm. I have no... So, let me see, out of these... wow. Pickings are starting to get slim here. Although the Gathan Raiders goes in any deck. Ignore the fact that it's red. It's really colorless. That thing can just completely screw people over. Just they do not expect it at all. It's the Spanish Inquisition of cards in this block. I'm not. That's a. And I mean that in the sense that they don't expect. Oh, god damn it! Did I hide that thing? They seriously do not expect it at all. So. Oh no, wait! I didn't hide the raiders. So yep, we are in good spot. Good old Gathan raiders, known to screw up MtGO's calculation of colors of auto land picks. So that's gonna be interesting. Dryad Arbor. Oh, you're so fun. I do love the Llanowar Empath, though. I mean, even though I'd like to play the aggressive deck in this case, I like the fact that this would more likely just be a cantrip every time I play him. And that is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Although they probably end up seeing the Gathan Raiders coming, though. Out of everything else, don't really like the Bleeb. Delay's bad. Mesmeric Slivers, bad. Dryad Arbor, no one's going to take that. So, yeah, Empath. Gathan Raiders, you're going to screw up the MtGO's auto-suggestion of lands again, aren't you? All the times that happened back when I was playing Time Spiral Block. Ooh, Centaur Almond Reader. Definitely something that can really be a regular beating, just because of the fact that it really screws up, it really makes things possible just to throw out a bunch of creatures at once and just completely screw things over. And honestly, my deck's pretty creature heavy, so I can easily reason it. The Primarch's also good. I like it. I mean, you can convoke down the kicker cost, so you could easily get it in play with 7/1/1 counter as a 7/7, but the Almond Reader is more my speed. So, yeah. I'll go with the Almond Reader. Cyclical Evolution is very much a very big pain in the butt. None of the other blue stuff here really is even worth considering, except maybe Logic Knot. But even then, I don't like playing counterspells. Even if this would be a counterspell, that would just cost double blue. Why does that sound familiar? I mean, it's not like we're playing any flashback or anything graveyard-based, so we could probably easily get away with Logic Knot, but Cyclical Evolution is, it's pretty painful if you, other than the fact that it's not optional, so, but if it's not optional, and you're only going to be playing it on your turn anyway, so, unless they have some way to manipulate it. Petrified Plating is a trap. It is a trap. I'm just going to say that over and over again. It is a trap. And you know what? I'm thinking I could use some non-creature stuff. So let's go with the Vesner's Diffusion. It seems like a very solid tempo card, if anything. I really could use something else other than just playing a bunch of dudes. I mean, the Courser is good, but let me see. What do we have in the 3 drops apart? Not much. Just Morphs. Morphs aren't bad, though. But, yeah. This deck might be a little bit slower than I was actually bargaining for. Oh well. And another Diffusion came around, so yeah, that's probably going to be the pick here. I'm certainly not playing enough Wizards for anything else, so... Although what could I have taken last pick, though? Or actually, you know what? The Diffusion, or the Augur... we really only need one Augur, if that, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more, so... Diffusion. Surprises... This is a little late for Diffusion, though. A little. Just a little. It's not the greatest card in the world, but it is something to watch out for. So yeah, I think we've already got really good deck here, so it's kind of just down to what else do I want. The Enerit, it's solid defensive dude, so... And the triple Scry is nice. I could take, Phantasm or the Augur. Phantasm, Augur. I want to say the Phantasm. Because we were going to get another Augur anyway, alongside another Phantasm. So, Augur's, I don't know, this is going to be hard to build this deck. I guess the Bleeb. Could run it as just a Morph. It's nothing but a 2/2 to me, as far as I'm concerned. Excuse me. I'm surprised I didn't get more morphs, though. I mean, that's one of Blue's big themes in this set. Mystic Speculation. So, yeah, this is definitely going to be a hard deck for me to build. There's just so much good stuff. Oblivion Crown. Yeah, whatever. I don't care about you, Oblivion Crown. Not in the least. But yeah, this is a terrific deck here. Probably will be splashing for the Judge Unworthy, though. Probably. But let's just go ahead and start throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. I definitely want to play that. The Almond Reader, the Herdinar. Herdinar and Almond Reader really don't gel well together, do they? Yeah, well. The Empath, the Pouncing Worm, the Spider, the Thallid, and in blue, I want the Avenize, the Mutation, the Plasma, Sentinel, Avenger, Ephemeron, Hydra. Yeah, sure, Lens. That'll ramp me up a little bit, I guess, or fix mana. I guess the Gathan Raiders, the Judge Unworthy. So, 5 non-creature spells so far, alright. So, that's about par for the course for me, I guess. Did I put in a diffusion? Yeah. It's kind of hard. This is really hard to pick. I'm telling you that much. There's just so many good things I could be playing here. The Bear, sure. Let's play the Bears. The Anurid. Scry's definitely something. Scry is really good for. Cause I mean, just look at it. Let me see here. Let's do a cost sort. That's the only way I can figure this out. This is a 3-drop. Doesn't cost 5, it costs 3. You always play for its morph cost. You always play it as a morph. Always. And yeah, I think this is a good thing that I'm running the Almond Reader then. Because this is actually kind of painful. Oh wait, I forgot to... No, I didn't forget Sprout Swarm. Alright then. Let me see here. I guess... I really don't... This deck isn't really so expensive that I have to run ramp, but it probably would be a good idea to make sure that I always hit my land drops, so... Evolution Charm probably wants to go in. Definitely not running the Drifters. Probably could run... This is definitely one of the harder builds I've ever had to make. I probably will play the Cyclical Evolution, though. And it's confusing, whatever. And let me see here. For the 23rd card. Phantasm. Sure. We'll run the Phantasm. Yeah, I feel like there's something else. Actually, wait. Technically, I have the Sprout Swarm as a 16th creature, and 17th, and 18th, and 19th, and 20th. So, Diffusion? Actually, no, let's just run the Phantasm for now and see what comes up when we sideboard. So, doing cost sort is... The curve is definitely very erratic, but that can happen with Suspend being commonplace. Actually, I'm not too sure about the Sentinel. Let's do a color sort. Maybe a Sentinel? I have no idea with this one. This is really... Ugh. So much good stuff. There's just so much good stuff. I don't know what to run. Yeah, maybe I could cut the Sentinel for the Diffusion or the Snapback. Well, definitely not Snapback. I'm not running enough blue. But the Diffusion can definitely trip people up. I mean, you Diffusion a suspended card, and it can really screw up their tempo a little bit when they're thinking, oh, I was going to get something good next turn. Yeah. They're in a good spot here. Add land, make suggestions. No! Those mountains are wrong. And yeah, I think that's the right amount of forest, if anything. Probably could... The 9-7 on the islands would be good. Although everything I'm running island-wise, blue-wise, is single color, so I could probably go... Just... Yeah, that works good. I mean, we got the lens, and we got the evolution charm. I think we're okay. It's really hard to know what to really work with here, though. I mean, there's so many good things that I want to run. I want to run the Augur. I kind of want to run the Drake, although I've never really had much luck. Evolving Wilds is more of a beating than it appears to be. But then again, I don't really want to run that in the same deck as Pouncing Worm. Actually, no. Come to think of it, this is definitely a deck that probably wants to have a lot of land, so... Maybe not the Evolution, and maybe the Hunting Wilds. I mean, it still has its uses late game, as a way to bring out a pair of beaters. So, yeah, I could see this. So yeah, this definitely looks like it could work. I mean, we got 16 creatures, and 15 creatures, and the Sprout Swarm and the Gnar will be happy with all that. It's kind of in a weird place, but I think this could actually work out. So a lot of high cost stuff, but that'll make Judge Unworthy happy. So I think this will work. I'll see you guys in round 1, and hopefully things will actually work out with the deck I drafted, because I have no idea how to build this. It's been so long.